Alright, what's up, you guys? Alright, so today's topic is gonna be about intermediate fasting. So I want to start off by saying what is considered intermediate fasting. So intermediate fasting would be when you have a time that you are not eating. So within that 24-hour range, you give yourself a time where you're not gonna eat no food, and then you give yourself a time frame where you will eat food. So intermediate fast, some people could take it to the extreme where it could be 24 hours you don't eat nothing, and then the next 24 hours you're able to eat, and then you go back to the third day, you don't eat for those 24 hours. And then another thing that people do is they will not eat for 23 hours and then just eat for 1 hour. So that could be like they'll eat only one meal and then they'll fast for the rest of the day. Okay, but we're going to talk about more about the main intermediate fasting that people do, which they kind of give themselves a time frame, maybe just say like 7 hours. I'll tell you how I have done intermediate fasting before when I was cutting. So it would be a good time frame would be I would not eat nothing in the morning until like noonish, and then my last meal will be around 7. So I would give myself 7 hours. So you might ask, what is the purpose of this intermediate fasting? So most people that integrate intermediate fasting into their diet is because of they want to lose fat. So you could do intermediate fasting while you're bulking or cutting, but for the main part, any reason that people might do this, it's more likely for fat loss because you have a long amount of time that you're not eating. So the main goal there is that your body will use, since there's no food, it'll use fat storages for energy during that time. So that's the main goal of this fast. So the reason that a lot of people like this intermediate fasting diet is because a lot of people, when they go on this diet, they see a lot of results. They see a lot of fat loss. But the thing is that whether you're on intermediate fasting diet or a regular diet, you still need to be in a calorie deficit, which means that you still need to consume less calories than you burn. You need to burn more calories than what you consume. So a lot of people might say that, oh yeah, no, intermediate fasting works more. But the thing is that because of the time frame that you give yourself, let's take it to the extreme where some people might definitely see results is when they don't eat for 23 hours, but then they eat for 1 hour, which is one meal. Well, if you eat only one meal, you could only eat so many calories. So just say that you eat 1,000 calories in one sitting of like good healthy foods, you're gonna be very, very full. So if you're always eating 1,000 calories a day, then you're gonna lose weight. So the thing is that main goal is whether you're on an intermediate fasting diet or a regular diet, you still need to be in a calorie deficit. Now, one of the bad things is that if you're doing this intermediate fasting diet is that if you're gonna go work out, just say you're gonna work out in the morning before you have ate anything, then your workouts might not be as good as if you had something in your stomach. I mean, we do need food to use as energy for any activity that we're doing, which includes workouts. So if you don't have any food in your stomach, then you might not perform at the best of your abilities, which would be better if you had some food. But I mean, that could just vary from person to person. All right, so now we're gonna talk about the pros. So what's the benefits of this? So I think my opinion about the benefits is that if you're doing intermediate fasting, usually like in the morning, for me, in the morning, I really don't have a big appetite. So I'm not gonna eat something in the morning until maybe like around noon. If I break my fast at 12, if I give myself a range from 12 to 7, that means that in those 7 hours, I have all my calories to eat, which means that I get to eat bigger meals because I only have that small gap to eat. So my meals get to be a little bit bigger. If I'm only gonna eat 3 meals because it's only 7 hours, then my meals are gonna be bigger. In compared to if I did a regular diet, wake up in the morning at 6, have breakfast, there goes some of my calories already, maybe That's 6 in the morning. Maybe around 11, I have another meal. There goes my calories. Maybe another at 3, another at 6, and maybe another one at 10. Those meals are going to be smaller if I'm trying to eat the same amount of calories. And compared to if I gave myself a small gap, like I said, from 12 to 7, that's a small gap. I get to eat more food within that small period, which is going to make me feel more satisfied. Alright, so the big question is, should you be doing intermediate fasting? And the thing is, I say you give it a try. So if you're a person that wakes up very, very hungry and you have a headache in the morning because you're not eating, then definitely don't do it. If you're a person that their schedule doesn't allow you to do this intermediate fasting, then it's not something you have to do. But some people enjoy it because if they're not hungry in the morning, they get to break their fast till like 12, 1-ish, and then they get to eat a lot of food for the rest of the day compared to breaking it in small amounts. So if it works for you, then continue doing it. But the main thing is, whatever diet you're on, intermediate fasting or regular diet, what's gonna help you lose weight is that you're in the calorie deficit. Okay, so the take-home message is, do the diet that best suits your needs. So if intermediate fasting works for you, then do that. The whole point is that you stay consistent with your diet. Alright you guys, so this pretty much wraps up the video. Hope you like it. Hope you find these tips useful. If you like the video, please press that like button at the bottom. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.